One of the great disappointments of this season was the opening week when the Steelers went to Baltimore and were blown out by the Ravens, and it wasn't one of those great defensive battles we always look forward to between Baltimore and Pittsburgh. Hopefully we'll see that on Sunday night in prime time. But both of these teams are very strong offensively, especially the Steelers, who have become a passing team. Ben Roethlisberger is having a very good season. He's got a bevy of strong receivers. In fact, last week they beat New England even without Hines Ward. There's also some issues for the Steelers on defense. Three of the top linebackers, James Farrior, James Harrison, and Lamar Woodley, are all hurt, and it's uncertain if any of them will play in this game. That would be an advantage for the Ravens, who really need to get a running game going with Ray Rice. I still look for it to be a brutal game, whether it's low scoring or not. Tom Brady says that the last time the Giants played against the Patriots in a game that meant anything, which of course was the 2008 Super Bowl, that game's not on his mind going into this game, but it sometimes is on his mind in other weeks. And that's interesting because, Brady seems like the kind of guy who can put losses behind, learn from them, and then do better in the next game. Well, the Patriots haven't been doing all that well this year, even though they're 5-2. Their defense has been destroyed by some teams, particularly last week in the passing game by the Steelers. And also, Brady's not getting the kind of protection he's been getting in the past, and that's not good against a Giants team that really got to him in that Super Bowl. Of course, it's 4 years ago. And also has been really getting to other quarterbacks this year with a very strong defensive front. So what you might see in this game is Eli Manning, who's having quietly a very good year, outplaying Brady. And if that happens, the Giants have a pretty good shot at winning this. Of course, Brady's working on a 31-game home winning streak, which is a record for a quarterback. And the Patriots have won 18 in a row against NFC teams in Foxborough. And so they have some history on their side, too. San Diego needs to make sure it doesn't have a hangover from its Monday night loss in Kansas City, a game that there's no way the Chargers should have lost. Fumbled snap from the center by Phillip Rivers just as the team was setting up a field goal to win it in regulation. Cost them, and the Chiefs came back and won it in overtime. And now there's a three-way tie atop the AFC West between the Chargers, the Chiefs, and the Raiders. And the Chargers seem to be reeling a little bit. Now, who comes to town but the only undefeated team in the league, the Packers, the defending champions? Aaron Rodgers has already said he thinks the Packers are playing better now than they did last year in the playoffs. Well, that's pretty impressive. And Rodgers, you have to think he's the halfway point MVP in this league. It's a really tough deal for the Chargers to be able to handle this Packers team that also is coming off a bye.